So, what did you talk about today with the WIC breastfeeding peer counselor?
Well, I've definitely decided that I'm going to breastfeed Jacob for the first year. It's what's best for him. But I really want to finish school, so I told Sharon, and she's my peer counselor, and she actually had some really good answers about how I can do both.
Like what?
Well, first she suggested that I just come home for lunch and feed him then, but I told her I'd take the bus, so that's not going to work. But then she told me that the WIC office would lend me a breast pump, an electric one that I could use during the day at school. And I can express my milk during the day when I'm not with Jacob, and then save it in bottles. And then that way you can, during the day, feed him my breast milk while I'm at school.
Did they let you do that at school? I mean, where would you do it? And doesn't the milk have to stay cold?
Well, she did tell me that I need to talk to the principal about it. And she said they'll probably let me do it if I go in with a plan. So the plan is that I would go in and express my breast milk in the nurse's office. She said that the nurses should have a refrigerator in there to store all the student medications. So I'll probably be able to keep my milk in there.
Well, that sounds like it might work.
Yeah, well, I mean, she told me that I need to be really prepared when I talk about it. So, actually, I took notes while she was talking. So, okay, here we go. So I need to tell them first why breastfeeding is good for the baby and then why it's good for me. And then I need to talk about the plan, so that I'm going to express my milk in the nurse's office and all of that. She said I need to be really specific about all of that. And then why it's good for the school, because breastfeeding the baby makes him healthier, which means that I won't have to take off school to take him to the doctor. So what do you think?
Wow. Well, if I was Mr. Johnson, I would be very impressed. And of course I'd say okay.
Good. Thanks, Mom. But she also did tell me that I need to talk to him before I have the baby, just so everything's worked out beforehand.
Well, that better be pretty soon.
Hello, Jackie. It's great to see you. How's everything going?
I'm tired, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I remember my wife being tired during those last few weeks of pregnancy. Well, let's have a seat.
Thanks.
So, what did you want to see me about?
Well, I'm due in 2 weeks, so I just wanted to talk to you about how I'm going to get back into school after Jacob's born.
Oh, Jackie, I'm very glad to hear that. You've always been a good student. But do you think you can keep up with your classes after being out for so long? I mean, you'll be out for at least a month, right?
Yeah, at least. It's not going to be easy, but my teachers told me that they'd work with me and that they'd give me my homework while I'm gone, and we're going to keep in touch through phone and through email. And even Miss Doyle said that she'd give me my test that way, so I think it's going to be fine.
Well, good. So, what can I do to help?
Well, I'm going to breastfeed the baby, and I want to breastfeed him for at least a year, because I know it's what's best for him. But the doctor said that that's what's going to keep him healthy, and so I won't have to go to the doctors often, and that's what's going to keep me in school. So, but that means that I'm going to have to express my milk during the day. So
I'm not sure what you're getting at, Jackie. You mean you'd bring a pump of some sort to school with you?
Yeah, I would. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think I've got it figured out. If I leave my second period algebra class a few minutes early, and then go to my next class, which is my history class, a few minutes late, and then I'll do it again during lunch, and then I would only have to be out of my morning classes for a few minutes.
Okay. Well, where would you do this? In the girls' room?
No, I was going to ask the nurse if I could do it in her office. She has a fridge, and I could keep my milk there until I'm ready to go home.
Well, it's obvious that you've been thinking about this and that you have it all worked out. It sounds okay to me if your teachers agree to it.
Okay. I'll talk to them today. Thank you so much. It's going to make this a lot easier.
Well, good. I'm glad we can make it easier for you. It's great that you've decided to stay in school and not give up and drop out. Finishing school is very important, and you'll be glad that you stuck it out. Well, is there anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Well, you let me know, Jackie, if there's anything else I can do for you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Your support means a lot.